So we're on. What are you gonna say?
What's the intro?
We don't have
an
one
intro?
yet. We don't have an intro.
Do we have like a welcome to the show or a song? Do we have a song?
I'm getting a song made.
Oh, you have somebody sing a song?
Well, or just make a beat. I think we just need a beat.
Just a little instrumental.
A little jingle.
Instrumental. Like jazz. Soft
jazz.
Soft jazz.
Never. I don't want elevator music to introduce me. That's because you try to put people to sleep.
So what you want, like a trap beat?
I think it needs to be like trap pop. Like it could be like dun, 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 and then something but low though. Like just some like it needs to be like almost like a commercial jingle.
I feel like that's like five different things you just said.
Oh no. It needs to be light.
Okay, light.
Right, it needs to be light. But it needs to be interesting and engaging. But we still got to figure out something to say. We're taking too long.
We're just...
What? How you been though?
I'm okay.
You look pretty.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm cool. I'm hot. We just went through a lot getting these cameras set up. It's a little overwhelming.
It is. But here we are. This is the moment you've been waiting for, what you've been wanting to do. So what would you like to discuss today?
So I've been talking to people about friends and just like how I think sometimes I use the term friend too loosely. And I don't have understanding of what a true friend is because I think I've been burned by a lot of people. So like I don't know how to define a friend. And I think I say, oh, that's my friend, that's my friend, that's my friend. But they really not my friend.
Well, if you say you've been burned by people, then you know what you don't want in a friend.
Yeah.
You don't want the behaviors of the people who burned you.
Yeah. But I think sometimes when it comes to like identifying a friend, I think people kind of let you down sometimes. And then you're like, were they really my friend? But if they were my friend, I think they're my friend because they did this. They might have come through for you and did something for you. Like you might have been down, hurting or something. They might have gave you a ride. Or like they let you borrow some money. Or they say, here, I'm blessing you this way, right? Mm-hmm. And then on the flip side, then they'll do something weird. Like just weird, like don't reciprocate your energy.
Is that fair though I feel like that's something about you that I think you have to like accept that everybody is not going to move the way you move. Or, I know you want reciprocity in relationships, but everybody isn't wired the same to give what you give. Like we all have our different limits and different things.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like some people are meant to be placed into certain, like, I don't want to say in a box, but pretty much in a specific category. Like I remember when I was blessed enough to have a job, to receive a paycheck every 2 weeks. People liked me wherever I worked. And they like would invite me to like events. Like, oh yeah, invite
They were
Greg.
Friendly. But were they friends?
No, that's what I'm saying. I ain't want to be friends with them. So I ain't want to go to their events. You see what I'm saying? But it's just like, sometimes I meet people and you know what I think it is? I think the inner child in me wishes that I really had like a real friend. Like I think my mom has like friends who she grew up with. My mom is like in her 60s. Mm-hmm. And she still talks to the same people the same group of girls that she went to high school or elementary school with. That's years.
Okay, so in those years, being friends with somebody for decades, you don't think there's ever been a situation to where she felt like her friend may have let her down or done something that she didn't like? Yeah. But she didn't cut them off and say, they're not my friend anymore.
Oh my God.
You're not my friend. You're not a real friend because you made a mistake or you let me down in this one instance.
Yeah. So listen, I'm gonna get right back to that. I promise. But I think what I was saying is sometimes the movie The Wood, I always wish that I had like a group of homies that were like my ride or die homies from like, but like everybody who I talked to, they was all wasted.
I mean, I wish the same.
You do.
I would like to have friends. I don't think that, my thing is not that I don't trust people or think somebody's gonna burn me. I'm always worried that like, do people even like me? I always go into a situation like they probably don't really like me. They think I'm weird. They think I'm off-putting or like standoffish. I'm always in my head about what people think about me when it comes to meeting friends.
And I always tell you that if I love you and I see your great qualities, that other people would feel the same about you. So like at this point, and I know we've joked about this before, I just feel like you have like Asperger's, because you get like these.
Don't diagnose me and then don't offend people out there who might really have Asperger's.
No, no offense to Asperger's, but I'm just saying I feel like it's like a whole complex that you go through. You have these notions of your own self in your own head that project into your interactions with people. But I always tell you, what's the Bible say about you were wonderfully made in the eyes of God? Like I'm telling you, he gave you specific qualities and attributes that like do great in these settings. You think you're not a good talker, but you're an awesome talker. If you really just like got past your fear and were able to like fully tap in, everybody would like you and listen to you.
How do you do that though? How do you get out of the mindset that you have a trauma or something that happens to you and like, no, for real, these things are true. Like you have something that happens to you in like high school or a group of girls, you think that they're your friends, you think they like you, and then you know how girls are, the mean girl, like they just stop talking to you or something. And then you're like, my whole, like the latter half of my senior year, like I had no friends. Like I was just by myself.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, but I didn't have a lot of friends either. Like people always see me by myself. And then I told you, every time I had a friend, like I was always different. So I was always by myself. That's why I don't have a group of friends now. But I understand the trauma of you saying like something happens to you and you think that you have a deficiency because those people didn't want to talk to you. But like, maybe God didn't intend for those people to be in your life for forever. High school is the meanest place on earth.
Man, high school was not cool for me at all.
Man, I hated it.
Well, we can't stay stuck in high school. We haven't been in high school for a very long time.
No. You were reading something that talked about God, and then I'll touch on the canceling relationships, because that was important. Somebody said something to me about that really stuck out to me, and I was like, I need to kind of think better about how I do certain things. Mm-hmm. But what was the comment that
so I'm reading this book about the different attributes of God. Oh, you just have it like on standby like that.
Camera person, my sisters.
I haven't even finished chapter 1. Like I'm trying to start reading, y'all. I'm not a reader at all, but I'm trying, because I'm trying to just learn more about God. So the attributes of God is called None Like Him by Jen Wilkin. 10 ways God is different from us and why that's a good thing. Yeah. So the first chapter is talking about how God is infinite. His limitlessness.
Omnipotent.
No, that's a different attribute.
Oh. But he is omnipotent.
That's correct. But I'm talking about chapter 1. He's infinite. And he's without limits. And like in relationships, friendships, with your spouse, with your kids, with your mama, with your neighbor, like we expect humans to not have limits.
Yeah.
To be limitless like God, and like we all fall short and make mistakes, and we expect people to be trustworthy 100% of the time.
And not everybody is.
No, nobody is.
Yeah.
Not one human. If you're a human, you're not trustworthy 100% of the time.
Yeah.
You're just not. You're going to let somebody down somehow.
God is the only entity that is able and capable of loving unconditionally. Because even though it's hard to think that I love you conditionally, because I want to believe that I love you unconditionally, I think that they're in especially if your relationship is not fully grounded in God. Like if you're both not seeking God together and have a foundation in Christ together, like I think that can help. But I think things can happen in a marriage that will make a person feel like there are conditions to my love to you. Absolutely. You see what I'm saying? Like money get funny, sex get funny, the attention, the compliments, those things start to get funny, and your focus is elsewhere. Then of course it's like, what have you done for me lately? But God loves us regardless of what we do and will accept us for everything. So I digress. I said I was going to touch on something.
You said someone mentioned about like cutting off.
So,
which you know, I think we're both like that. We're both quick to just be like, okay, I'm done with that person.
Yeah, I have a problem with that. But and I think it comes from the idea that I don't see myself as someone who wrongs a person. Like if I'm friends with the person, I'm gonna be there for them. Like if I'm able to. Like of course if somebody hits me like, gee, can I get $5,000 and I don't have it, then I can't help you. But if I'm able to help you, I will help you. I'll be there if you need to talk to me. I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear. I'm gonna do all of that. Mm-hmm. So I think when a person doesn't do that back for me, I'll be like, why are you here? Mm-hmm. I don't need you around. You know what I'm saying? But that's like you said, relationships peak and valley. There's never going to be, I can't say there's not always going to be, there's never going to be a perfect relationship.
Or I mean, I don't know that there's a relationship where there's 100% reciprocity.
Yeah.
Like everything that I do for you, you do for me.
I don't think so. I think I try. I really do think that I try to do whatever I can for you.
But in your friendships too?
I don't feel like I'm really that close to anybody. I'm not really close to anybody. Like I talk to you. Like I have a couple of guys who I talk to that I consider friends. But like we don't hang out like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like we going to play basketball on the weekends. But I mean, I think that's the same for you. Like, it's like we be together. Like, you don't really have no girls who you hang with. When you go out with my sister.
Yes.
Like, you don't have no girlfriends like that. And that's how I feel about me. But it's just because old friends. You had old friends and things happened that y'all didn't make it past. I had old friends.
Well, that's probably why I don't. I think I don't have friends today because
of me. Of me.
Well, I don't know that I would still be friends with the friend that I was friends with for a long time. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, life takes people change. Yeah. Life takes you in different directions. Yeah. Obviously, we weren't supposed to remain friends. That's at least how I feel about it. We weren't supposed to remain friends. But like today, as a grown person who's married with kids in my 30s with a job and like living, like, how do you meet a friend now?
It's hard. It's
like,
hard.
how do you meet a friend and how does that work?
I hate to say this because with God, all things are possible. But I look at it like it is impossible.
It's impossible.
It is an impossibility that we are not able to obtain. Like, it's not meant for us at this point in life. My mom is like, go to church, get in a church group, and you can meet people at church. And
right.
We want relationships that are edifying and relationships that are gonna like not just always be like, oh, Aries, don't drink that cup of wine, or Aries,
so we definitely want like-minded friends who are believers and who are all of that. You don't have to be like super saved. Like you don't have to be
like you not living. Like I mean like not like you not living, but like you're like judgy or how does that look?
You don't have to wear like your skirts down here and turtlenecks. Like I'm gonna be looking at you like it's not that serious. God loves like you can show your legs. God's not gonna be upset if we can see your legs.
Or if we want to watch that new Cat Williams stand up.
And I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna laugh.
I don't want anybody to say, oh my God, you're watching that? You're the devil. Like, no.
Oh my gosh, the language.
But I mean, I do think it's hard to meet friends.
With all that said, so okay, for you, let's try to like compose a realistic list, or like if you were going on a dating website and like this is the profile for like
The perfect friend.
the perfect friend.
A dating, that just sounded weird.
Like
What about
married
friend
guy
match?
seeks friend, heterosexual male friend.
Oh my God. I think that the person would definitely have to be seeking God first in everything. And I don't know how that looks for a person, or like tangibly what that looks like as far as like their lifestyle. But I think my biggest thing is I'm trying to have my lifestyle matching a Christ-like lifestyle. So that first. So I think that's the biggest thing. And not saying that I'm judging a person, but like I wouldn't always want to hang out with somebody who's like, let's go to the strip club, or let's drink this bottle of Hennessy all the
Out with
time.
somebody who
I don't even go to strip clubs, but that's what I'm saying. I don't, I don't go to strip clubs. I don't like that. Somebody who's in that mindset. Let's drink this bottle of Henny, let's all the time type stuff. Now, if you want to have a couple of drinks, I'm not saying nothing to anybody, but like they have to be seeking God.
okay.
And they have to be positive and uplifting and edifying. Like if I lose my job tomorrow, or I get diagnosed with something, I don't want you to come to me and be like, yo, G, F that disease, my nigga. We don't like that disease over here. Like, be like, my brother, I want to pray with you. Let's pray together. Like, can I pray for you? Or send me some Bible verses that are going to like encourage me. I just want a person who's more seeking God and will use God instead of using worldly stuff, because I am trying to get out of the world.
So you want to look at your friend and be inspired by their faith.
Exactly.
And their walk.
Exactly. They got to love their wife. You know what I'm saying? And love their family.
That's very important.
God has to be at the foundation of their family. We don't have to believe in the same politics or nothing. Like if I say I vote for Trump and they vote for Biden, I'm not going to be like, you can't be my friend. We got to both vote for Trump. They would be cooler if they voted the way that I voted, because then that means that we have more in common. So we won't have disagreements, because oftentimes disagreements get heated. Don't you agree? Well, you probably, I think it's male ego. Do girls get competitive like that? Like
Definitely.
if I just think in all of our relationships, I need to learn, like I said, how to identify who's a friend, who's just an associate. But like, that's what I said. Sometimes it's hard for me. I don't know how to differentiate the two. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, sometimes I think we all in, but we not all in. But I done gave you like friend stuff. Like I'm telling you personals, but we ain't even really there. Like you shouldn't even have access to the personals. You know what I'm saying? So I need to learn that.
Yeah.
And you need to, well, I don't want to say what you need to learn. Well, what do you feel like you've learned, or that you would take away from it?
I just think, I'm just gonna try to stay open. Like sometimes I think I go into situations and I might be a little bit paranoid, like, oh, I don't want to share too much because I don't want to like come on too strong or make it seem like I'm thirsty for a friend. I'm just gonna be open, and whatever the spirit leads me to do and say, that's what I'm gonna do. And if they don't receive it, oh well.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to overthink anything anymore.
Yeah, that's how I am. We do need some real good local married couple friends, though.
I agree.
I really do. I feel like it would be cool but it has to be together. I have to like the husband.
Yeah.
You have to like the wife. Like to the point to where when we're not together, you would still be like, I'm going to hang out with so and so. And I would be like, yo, me and the homie about to go catch the game. We about to go grab some wings and catch the game. And I wouldn't feel like I couldn't do that with the homie. But like, I don't know if I don't want to say we don't have that dynamic, but we don't have that dynamic close, accessible to where it's like we would get to hang out with these people like once a month, once every 2 months.
And then, like we said, we're married with children.
Yeah.
Like everybody has lives and then other things going on to where like hanging out is not always a
priority.
a priority.
It's not
Hanging out with
always-
friends, like your
Yeah.
family's their priority, your job, and
Yeah.
friends. Usually, you just catch them when you can.
But to be honest, we need some friends.
I agree. Will you be my friend? Do you want to be my friend?
Man, so I can't wait to talk to you again and see what we gotta talk about.
Yeah, you like talking to me?
Of course, I've been talking to you for like 14 years. It ain't got old yet.
For me,
Sometimes I do want you to stop talking.
Greg, be quiet.
Like earlier today when
Greg,
we
be
went
quiet.
to the Publix about that juice, I wanted you to stop talking.
No, let's tell the story. Can we tell the story? Let's end with this story.
Oh my God.
So how did it go? We were driving home. First of all, it just seems like all day he's just been like this to me all day. Just nonstop. It just seems like he just wants to fill the space with the sound of his voice all day. It doesn't even have to be important. It's just he just all day. This has been you. So we're in the car on the way home
Can't stop laughing.
from when we dropped the girls off. Oh, we picked up some stuff from BJ's.
Yeah.
We're like, this is Publix, and this is the car. This is us in the car. And he says something about, man, it just seems like, no, what did you say? I don't think you understand. It just seems like I can feel it in my body. When we don't have no juice, I can feel it in my body. And I'm just like,
So you got really upset at me.
because you're obnoxious and you're a child.
Eric, you do the same thing when you want
are
cookies.
obnoxious.
You
and
eat
a
and you
child.
be like, I need some sugar. I really want some cookies. Oh my God, I have to have something sweet. You do the same thing, but I'll
It's
be
not
like,
the same thing.
It is.
For you to say, you don't understand. I feel it in my body. We don't have no juice. I can feel it in my butt. Like, what does that mean? Just say,
Oh my
Aries,
God.
stop at Publix so we can get some juice.
So that part was dramatic. I agree.
And then I say that to you. I say that's dramatic. And you start, what you just did, you deflect and talk about me. And it's not even the same. But you got your juice.
You took me back.
You got your juice. Are you happy? Can you feel it in your body? Can you feel it in your body?
You mad. Next time you want some cookies, I'm be like, I don't care.
I don't do what you do, Greg. Don't compare us. We are not the same.
Whatever.
We are not the same.
Whatever. Thank you for taking me to get my juice though.
You're welcome.
I feel better.
You feel it in your body.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
We'll talk again soon, and we hope y'all like this one. This is the
Yeah.
first one. Hopefully we'll get better. If we suck, tell us we suck, but we don't really care because we're just talking to each other and we love each other.
All right.
So who cares if
It's
we
just
suck?
what we want to talk about.
Exactly. Okay, bye.
All right, bye.